Hey everybody, it's Nikki with Delicate Tension Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or if you just have a lot of heavy Gemini placements in your chart, or important transitions happening in your houses in the sign of Gemini. This is going to be a reading for the energy surrounding November 1st through the 15th. We will have Mercury retrograde in Scorpio through that time. I'm already picking up on like the preceding energy and kind of dealing with it and working through it, I think, so I can help others. I feel like that's, for whatever reason, I've noticed in the cycles of how things go, I typically will just start moving through that energy before it starts happening so I can help others transition through it. There's a lot of depth to it. There's a lot of thinking. I mean, deep thinking. It can get quite uncomfortable, or at least it has been for me already so far in this period. So utilizing a support system or being around people that do make your energy lighter is great for this period of time. This is kind of the final clearing out of this decade for us moving into 2020. So because 2020... number-wise or numerologically on a vibration level is a 4. That is all about creating stability. It is in line with the Emperor card in the tarot deck, so it really is about taking control and creating stability. And this can be having to draw some really hard lines. That feels important for some reason, but it really is about stepping into your own personal power and using it for the betterment of all. If you want to be selfish in that energy, I really just don't recommend it. But do what you will. I don't make choices for you. I just give advice. As always, this is a general reading. Take what resonates. If it doesn't resonate, you can always check out your Moon, Rising, Venus, or whatever you know of that has heavy importance in your astrological chart. And I will start tapping into your energy. I will be creating timestamps as well in these readings from now on. So if you just want to skip through me talking about stuff, because I understand I can be long-winded and I like explaining things to the best of my ability, you can just check out the timestamp in the comments below and go ahead and skip ahead. So let's see what I pick up for you. Literally getting into a car, slamming the door, and just peeling out. I think things are going to start progressing quite quickly for you. I will say through this 2-week period, though, I would think before you act. Do not be reckless with this energy. You know, when you have a lot of things coming at you, it can be nice and it can feel good to say yes to everything, but I think you need to do more thinking at this time, especially with it being retrograde in Scorpio. I would be very careful with that. Look before you leap. The energy overall will kind of have a influencing impact through the beginning to mid-December, so if you can hold off on making decisions, I would until that period. You can reflect, you can dabble, you can, do whatever. Just don't be too definitive about what you're doing until that energy clears up. Show me what's happening for the sign of Gemini, please, for November 1st through the 15th. It's like 7 cards. Show me what's happening for the sign of Gemini, please. Okay. Back to this, huh? Guess we're still talking about it. Okay. Yeah, I think you quickly want to, whatever transition it is that you've been making, this is definitely connected to the storyline that we've had for weeks now. So if you have not watched those videos, I encourage you to, because it does fully connect and flow into this storyline. I do think that you have been dealing with an individual who is very emotionally unstable. Whatever this was had to end. I feel like, let me be very clear though, I feel like you guys met at a time, with the Wheel of Fortune, this does feel slightly fated, so I feel like you guys met at a time when you both needed someone, you needed this connection to pull you out of whatever energy it was that you were in. And I do think this was to help propel both of you forward. So I don't think that the connection was totally fruitless. I think it was very important. But I also think that it's really weird. It's almost like the realization in this was that you just needed to fully commit to yourself and your desires and your goals and your dreams before fully taking on another individual. But I do feel like there's more that possibly either could be coming out about this person at this time that you felt like you knew. You knew these things intuitively, you picked up on these things, but I just think you didn't want to see it. I mean, this person could also be really going through something with the whole process of this ending, because with the Moon reverse, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, that's a very strong disconnect energy. It is kind of wallowing in their emotions right now. But I think it's because they're seeing very clearly that this is not going to continue. And I think that this is going to be a time period for them where they are in acceptance of that, and they're kind of having to see the finality of it. You definitely recognize this connection, but it's just a connection that no longer, it was what it was and it needed to be what it needed to be, but it can no longer take precedence or place in your life. This keeps coming up for you guys too. I think you guys are reconnecting with somebody from your past. It could be this person that you've stepped away from, but I feel like this goes back farther than that. It could also just be you connecting or communicating with people around you who do feel like home, who make you feel safe, or they remind you of staying connected to the things that matter most to you. Let's clarify the... Okay. Yeah. Another important lesson for you at this time that may be coming up for you is the concept of living in full energy, taking leaps of faith when you need to, but not being foolish. So it is that whole essence of look before you leap. I think I said that at the beginning of this video. I don't know though. It is about taking a look before you leap. I think that's what you're learning this time. Or that's the lesson you're taking out of this energy. Let's clarify the Ten of Swords here. Yeah, somebody could be fighting for a second opportunity to fix this, but it's done. And honestly, I think that now it's just about fighting. I hope you're disengaged. I would like for you to be disengaged from this. And I think you are. With the Ace of Swords and the Lovers in reverse, that is being disengaged. That's cutting something out. Let's clarify the High Priestess. Let's clarify the... Okay. Yeah, this person could be very upset because they possibly did see you as something that did complete them. They saw you as... Let's call it like it is. They saw you as someone who... I'm going to back up for a second, because I feel like this is very important to say. Because I feel like some of you out there are like, what? This person's fucking crazy, right? They've got some issues. We all do. And I'm not like validating their behavior in any way. I'm just saying that sometimes we have to take a step back and, you know, realize when we're calling, it's like the pot calling the kettle black. Because at one time you saw the connection this way as well. I don't think this person fully understood how to, and this is why I said this in the beginning, I don't think they understood how to nurture and provide for this connection. I feel like this person constantly just wanted what they wanted and they were unhappy, so they kept trying to get you to go along with a certain storyline or get you to go along with what they wanted, and you were still creating your dreams. You were still committing to the things that mattered to you, and that's why this was something that was meant to push you further into the directions that you each needed to go in. It's almost like how the fork in the road, yes, it does fork, but at some point they always reconnect and then they fork again. I feel like sometimes that's what it's like for relationships or connections that are of a soulmate nature or of a past life nature, is that you diverge when lives end and then you come back together and you diverge once again. That is just the repeating energy here. And who knows, maybe you will reconnect in the future. But I think it's going to be a very long time before that happens, because there's a lot that this person needs to heal from. And there is a lot that this person needs to do for themselves to create more of a stable environment for themselves. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune here. Yeah, because in essence, I just think that no matter what, this person wouldn't have been happy with anything because they haven't claimed their own personal power within themselves and their ability to create the life that they want. Let's clarify the Hierophant. I almost called it the High Priestess. The Hierophant is the Ace of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. So yeah, with this Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords, you had to step into this energy, call it like it is, and cut it off. Because at the end of the day, what was being offered, the Ace of Cups is always, it's like an apology. It's a peace offering. It is someone saying, we can fix this. We can put a Band-Aid on it. And at the end of the day, you're like, I don't want to put a Band-Aid on it anymore. Like, at this point, it's creating this huge scar. And I would just like for it to heal. Whatever way that means. And sometimes that does mean, like cutting it out and cauterizing it. And that's kind of feels like that's what's happening here. Yeah, the Lovers in reverse in the World, this is a cycle that's been completed. You guys were supposed to be together. You were supposed to experience each other, whether this was through a love relationship, a family relationship, friend, or coworker or business. You were to push each other to find your direction. Let's clarify the Ace of Swords. And we have Justice. Yeah, this is karmic justice. The truth reigns supreme here, and it is universal truth and law. It is not your truth. I just think that you're very connected to universal truth and law right now. With the Six of Cups, we do have the Six of Pentacles, so you are definitely giving to the things that you feel deserve your time and your energy, or your love, or your emotions. Like I said, this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. This could just be you connecting with coworkers, friends, family members. It's giving to the things that make your heart feel full, and it's reminiscent of ways that you used to feel in the past. And I think at this point in time, you just want to feel safe, you want to feel secure, and you want to feel supported, and that's why you're giving to this energy. I do think this person's going to continue keeping an eye on you or attempting to communicate. It's just it's very immature energy. It's someone who doesn't know how to take the correct or right type of action. So they resort to doing things like this. In essence, it's someone kind of stating that, okay, I'm moving on. Okay, I get it, but they're not actually moving on. from the situation, problem, circumstance, etc. You're going to be fine though. You are strongly committed to your goal because you're not going to put fuel, you're not going to add fuel to this fire. And I think that's what you realized what was happening, is that it's almost like the more you participated in what was going on with this individual, the more you were just adding fuel to the fire. I think you're crossing that bridge. I think you're kind of going with the flow now in life. That's why I really urge you, if there's a lot coming at you and you feel the need to put the pedal to the metal, slow down. I think it's good to go with the flow, go with the energy as it comes in. Just think about it and be very careful. And then we have the Naked Man. So I do feel like that, as I said, you are very connected to the universal law and truth right now. And I think you're fully standing and living in that truth. And that's why it's so easy for you to move forward, or it's so easy for you to just disengage or cut this energy out, because now you understand the role and the part that it played. Even if it was you getting karma that you deserved by being with this person, I think that it's allowed you to see something very clearly. I think you understand the lesson and the cycle that was attached to this connection. And now that you understand it and you've taken on the lesson from it and really have integrated it within yourself, it's easier for you to move on from it. I feel like I need to do one more for you guys. I don't know why. We got 3 more. We have gold coins in reverse, moon in reverse, and farmer in reverse. Yeah, so you're not going to be replanting for next season. You are not going to be trying to harvest anything, because whatever you got out of this was nothing. You lost more than you gave. You lost time, you lost money, you lost sanity, you lost energy. Do it this way then. Ooh, woo. If you have been wishing for something, I think you're about to experience what I would like to call the cosmic giggle. It's when the universe laughs with you. It's really interesting. I think despite the situation, I think at one point it was something that held so much potential, and it was as if it was everything you had ever asked for. But once the shadow side of the experience started kind of coming to the surface and showing what it really was, you then realize that it was almost like there was something still within you, or the connection that needed to be purged, and it ended up kind of having some weird irony attached to it. And I think what's coming in for you has even more irony attached to it. And I think that when it happens, it's going to be that moment of you stop, it clicks, and you start laughing. Because it's going to be that thing of, I get it. Holy shit, I get it. I understand why all of this had to happen now. And I get it. But I think you're getting what you need, and I think you're getting what you deserve, and I think that through further dedicating yourself to your own personal path and who you want to become, you're gonna see the rewards that you can reap from that. And I think that this energy will continue to slowly fade away until the end of the year. So just be prepared for that. If you keep having to deal with situations or circumstances where either memories or this individual or communication pops up, just deal with it as it comes. It's fine. Or don't. That's the whole beauty of choice, right? You choose what you want to deal with, and you choose what you want to give your energy and your attention to. All right, Gemini, so that's been your reading. Hopefully it resonated with you. If it did, please like, share, subscribe. I forgot to mention this in the other videos, but oh well, it's down in the description box. I have set up a new thing where I have a donation link down below to help keep the channel going. Whether you donate or not is really doesn't matter. I enjoy doing this either way. It's just a nice little energy exchange or supportive thing. So do what you want. Keep up with me, because I will, even though this energy or this video is technically coming after what I'm talking about, I will be doing a video on the new moon energy. It totally slipped my mind, and I started doing these and realizing that we have the new moon in Scorpio on the 27th, which is going to be really interesting because that's going to be energy that's bleeding into Halloween. It's going to be an interesting Halloween, guys. So yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. And thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.